Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Don't Feed the Animals podcast. Before we begin, a quick note. This episode contains discussion of real-world violence and death. I'm not here to shock or sensationalize. I'm here because I believe what happened demands to be spoken about. If that feels heavy, it's because it is. But it's also important. So let's sit with this together. Charlie Kirk is dead. Shot in the neck on a college campus in Utah while speaking at an event. A debate format. Then he was gone. Now that's not a rumor. That's a fact. It happened at Utah Valley University on September 10th. During a stop on his tour, law enforcement and national outlets have confirmed it, and the manhunt is ongoing. I didn't follow Charlie Kirk like that. He wasn't my guy. But he did show up to argue with words. And that's special, that we can't be looking past something like that. You might not have agreed with anything that the guy had to say, but he still sat and chose to have a dialogue. And someone took it upon themselves to answer with a bullet. That matters more than who he was to you and me. It matters because a public stage where we're supposed to clash with ideas was turned into a crime scene. And when that happens, it doesn't silence a man. It weakens us as a country. I'm not here to categorize anybody, try to figure out who did it and pinpoint it. I'm just here to say this. If we start by normalizing killing over speaking, then none of us is safe when it's our turn at the mic. There's a lot of things that were lost that day. And it's not just this man's life. Strip away the brands, parties, hashtags, left, right. What we have at the end is a human life. A family that will sit down at a table with a chair that stays empty. That's not content. That's grief. Listen, leaders across divide, condemn it. Investigators recovered evidence and released images of the person of interest. The FBI is asking for public help. This isn't abstract. This is real, immediate, and unfinished. I did notice that we have at least a picture of the guy, so maybe we're getting close, but that's not really what I'm here to talk about. What was attacked wasn't just a guy. It was the idea of a disagreement can be survived by talking. And that belief took a hit yesterday, and we should feel it, even if we don't want to admit it. I've seen so many toxic, poison things that people have been putting out there on social media with no worry whatsoever about just how other people would take to it. It's kind of ironic. I've seen posts where people are saying he deserved it. You reap what you sow. You know, here's the mirror to those people. If your morality depends on who bleeds, you don't have morality. You have a scoreboard. You're just checking off who disagrees with you and just making it your own. One murder never balances another. Pain isn't math. When you cheer death because it spares you an argument, you don't win. You shrink. And if a victim were someone you agreed with, you suddenly find your principles, that hypocrisy is the rot. That's the flip everyone plays online. Don't face the event. Drag it another excuse. That's the way to dodge a simple sentence. This is wrong. One thing that really got to me too that I have to share is that a lot of it didn't hear what happened. We saw it. The collapse, the chaos. I don't need to get into specifics what I saw because you guys don't need me to, but let's be honest. Watching someone's final moments brands the mind. Every time we scroll past death, something shifts. Sometimes it takes something, peace of mind, the illusion that public spaces are safe, and sometimes it even gives us something. A scar and hyper awareness that you really cannot pull down. And this isn't the only video that has been forced in our lives. 2 weeks ago in Charlotte, a 20-year-old refugee, Iryna I think her name is Zarutska, was stabbed to death on a train. And we got to see her final moments. We got to see her cry and pass away. The Department of Justice charged the subject with a federal crime tied to mass transit security footage that exists, and her family asked for dignity. That story too spreads, and images, just another human life, just another clip. And viral death changes the witness. We go numb, some get angry, but none of us walk away unchanged. Pretending we're used to it is just how we avoid admitting that we're getting hurt. It's hard to say that I'm not affected by this incident because it's just something that it hits. You know, like I was thinking when I was driving today, there was fog out and the headlights probably only gave me like 20 feet of visibility and that's it. And then I realized that's what this moment kind of feels like. I get a lot of memory of like after 9/11. The fear was cosmic but directional though. Now it's ambient, random. A speaker on the stage, a commuter on a train. Schools being shot up still. The fog isn't just outside, it's in us. We can't see very far into the future. We don't know what's next, and yet we still have to move forward. Slow, deliberate, present. That's not weak. That's how you survive the fog. That's how I'm going to survive this. I mean, again, I did not know the man personally, but this is a big event, and it's hard for me not to think that there's going to be a lot of ripples that are going to happen. But like I said, I'm going to keep what's important around me very, very close and just be one foot in front of the other, but not weak. Stand deep in what I believe in. I also wanted this to land deeper than a take that I have, just because I'm just a guy. You know what I mean? I'm not really religious. It's not really nothing to do with. It really has nothing to do with what this man brought. I understand him, and if I dig deeper into what I'm sure that he wanted his legacy to be, I'm sure that he fulfilled it to a degree. But there's things that I have to say for myself. And I have kind of like a couple mirror questions that I like to bring up. three lines I won't cross. And please, use them if they help you. So these are mirror questions that you would ask yourself. When I see violence against someone I dislike, I can condemn it without adding a but. If I can't, it's not a principle, it's a preference. Number 2, do I share violent footage? If you do, why? To inform or to feel something? If it were a family in that frame, would I want anyone sharing it? Number 3, what flip am I tempted to play to avoid saying this is wrong? What old grievance am I dragging in as a shield? Number 4, am I avoiding conversations with people I love because I'm afraid of their take? If so, what boundary could let me talk without getting dragged into a pit? Number 5, after the outrage fades, what will I still believe next week? If my belief changes with the wind, it was never belief, it was adrenaline. And now, 3 lines I won't cross. No celebration of death. Not a meme, not a clap back, not a finally. I can hate an argument and still honor the human. No trafficking in tragedy. I won't repost a person's last moments. I'll read reporting. I won't spread the clip. The facts are there without me sharing someone's final seconds. No flip to dodge the moment. I won't balance this with different pain just to justify my own side. One wrong doesn't absolve the other. And listen, because again, there's going to be polarizing opinions because this guy was a polarizing person. But one thing I know that we have, because we live in the internet where we've desensitized people into understanding that lives matter. All of us are in it together, and we all need to work together to get us through life. And here's some tips on how you can talk to someone that you're scared to lose over this. Open up with the boundary and value. Say things like, I'm not debating politics tonight. I'm just asking if we still agree that killing people for their words is wrong. If they go flip, hold the line. We could talk about that case tomorrow. Tonight, I'm asking if this one is wrong without the but. If they celebrate, exit clean. I won't join you in cheering death. I love you, but I won't do that. If they're grieving, say, I'm here, no takes, just here. This isn't about winning. It's about not becoming the kind of person who loses his soul while being right. A lot of people felt that way about that guy. A lot of people felt that he chose his way. And you know what? I've seen some of his videos, and I think he was a little hard on... He may have used some hard lines and did not really approach with the sense of love and care that he could have maybe to do so. But he was in a volatile environment, and people forget that that man was there to argue. That's his whole point, is that he was very good at the debate, and he took fun out of it. You know, he was doing what he had to do. but he did have a lot of thoughts into his arguments. So, what does this mean moving forward? Here's the compass I'm choosing. I'm defending the stage, figuratively and literally. The stage can be a campus tent, a kitchen table, a comment section if you want to try to keep it human. We defend it by insisting that the words are how we fight. We defend it by refusing to treat death as entertainment. We defend it by condemning violence cleanly when this happens, like yesterday in Utah, where authorities from the governor to federal agents called it what it was and was moved. And that's how society stays free. Not by disagreeing, but by refusing to kill over disagreement. Again, this is not usually the type of format that I usually do, and this is not necessarily the type of episodes I like to make. But I feel like my opinion needs to be spread more than ever. I've been very inspired to kind of share my beliefs. So this is my platform. This is my stage. And this is what I believe. I know a man died for his words. Not because he was right. Not because he was wrong. Because someone chose a bullet over a sentence. And if you celebrate that, you've already lost the argument. You think you've won. And if you think that this won't touch you, look closer. Once violence becomes acceptable speech, the microphone is the target. Any microphone, even yours. Guard the line. Choose words. Refuse the but. And if all you can see tonight is fog, take the next careful step. And that's how you're going to make it through. I'm James. This is Don't Feed the Animals. I'm not asking you to agree with me. I'm asking you to be human with me.
Don't feed the animals, signs all around. We talk a lot of junk, yeah, you vibing with us now. Build something from the ground up, yeah, we like to clown. Talk about some real stuff, yeah, something profound. It's a pleasure that you're hearing us, wouldn't mess around. It's a topic of discussion worth talking that we bust and put a nail in the coffin. If you love it, then you love it. If you don't mean nothing, still bring it to the public. Y'all, don't feed the animals, put them in a cage. They couldn't handle truth. We gonna bust out the gate like some cannibals. Same face, same channel, messing with the tune. A bunch of idiots stuck in one room. Can't take us serious. You love what we feeding you. I'm with the show, yeah, proceed with the interview. Local celebrity, snatch a toy from your cereal.